She's so fine. Hell of her, blows my mind. Hell of her, lights my day.
What's good, guys? Today is actually Friday, December the 18th, 2020. Having a little trouble sleeping, but I'm about to get in bed. Wanted to do a quick video regarding the Savannah Spurlock case, because I know a lot of people followed that case. I didn't initially cover it on my channel, although I did follow it. It says Sparks sentenced to 50 years for the murder of Savannah Spurlock, and this case comes out of Kentucky, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to cover it. It actually comes out of Garrett County, Kentucky. That's how we pronounce that county name. David Sparks was sentenced to 50 years in prison Thursday for his role in the disappearance and murder of Savannah Spurlock. Earlier this month, he pleaded guilty to murder, evidence tampering, and abuse of a corpse. It wasn't a normal courtroom proceeding. Due to COVID-19, the judge sentenced Sparks virtually through Zoom, with Spurlock's family watching it on a laptop from the Commonwealth Attorney's Office. Sparks, 25, agreed to the sentence in a hearing earlier this month in Garrett County Circuit Court with Judge Hunter Daughtery. Sparks also pleaded guilty to charges of evidence tampering and abuse of a corpse as part of the deal. Those charges combined to carry a sentence of 6 years, which will run concurrent to the 50 years Sparks will serve for murder. Commonwealth Attorney Andy Sims tells Lex 18 Sparks won't be eligible for parole for at least 20 years, or 40% of the term. Sims said the death penalty wasn't on the table, even if the case went to a jury, and he isn't sure if Sparks or his attorneys would have accepted a life sentence in a plea negotiation. Lisa Tama, Spurlock's aunt, said Sparks didn't appear to show any remorse. He said nothing to the family during sentencing. I think he got off real cushy and easy, being behind a computer screen behind a mask, not having to face the people he devastated in person, said Tama. The family met privately with police and prosecutors after the fact. Tama said they answered the family's questions as much as they could. What happened in that house that night is between him, Savannah, and God, because there's so much that isn't known, Tama told Lex 18. Sparks left a Lexington bar with the mother of 4 in January of 2019. They ended up at Sparks' Garrett County home, where police believe she never left alive. In January of 2019, Sparks admitted to taking then 23-year-old Spurlock, a mother of 4, to a location in Garrett County following a night out in Lexington. He said he acted alone in killing Spurlock before tying her legs together, wrapping her in plastic bags, and burying her body in the backyard of his parents' home on Fall Lick in Garrett County. Following an exhaustive search, which lasted for more than 6 months, authorities were tipped off to Spurlock's possible location when a foul odor was detected outside the Sparks home. And there's a few Facebook posts here that they have shared. Back it up and I'll take it up here. It's from Remembering Savannah, a Facebook page. 14 hours ago, it says, "We are grateful that we do not need to endure the trauma of a trial and that David Sparks can never get an appeal and go free. The term justice loses its meaning when this tragedy hits your family. No amount of earthly justice will ever be enough for the beautiful life stolen. We will fight to keep David Sparks in prison as long as possible, that he can never hurt anyone ever again. Young people, hold your trust as a treasure. Evil was lurking for Savannah, and you never..." I have to click it too. "You never know that wolves are lurking. Savannah, we honor your memory, your smile, your laugh, your thick country accent, the way you loved your babies. We love you. Hashtag Savannah Strong. We are currently waiting to meet with the prosecutor to ask the million questions we still have. We've been silent for so long, and I am hoping we can share more details later today via this memorial page." And it looks like they did. It says, "We had an extremely helpful meeting with Andy Sims and Detective Scott from Richmond PD. They answered every question we asked, giving us a much more peaceful feeling after the short sentencing that provided no new information. Investigators do not know how or why David killed Savannah. Her autopsy came back inconclusive all those months ago. They have their speculations, but only David can provide the answer. We know he did this alone. Those are the only details we would like to provide for now. Thank you for all of your support throughout this horrible tragedy. Alright guys, let's try to watch this video coming out of Lex 18. I just saw an interesting commercial while I was waiting to play this video. And it is an organization that does stuff for child trafficking. But strangely, the name of the organization is Operation Underground Railroad. I just didn't like the sound of that. That's not what I think of when I hear Underground Railroad. So I'm not sure why they use that name, but I may have to look into that. That's a little odd to me. There were plenty of other names that they could have used for that operation. So I'm going to push play on this video now.
Pleaded guilty to murdering Savannah Spurlock, then burying her body, was sentenced to prison today.
The timing. Near after the mother of four disappeared, her family learned more details about what happened, but not from David Sparks. LEX 18's Lee Searcy has more.
When the judge sentenced David Sparks to 50 years in prison, Savannah Spurlock's family had to watch it on a laptop.
I think he got off real easy and real cushy being behind a computer screen, behind a mask, not having to face the people he devastated in person.
And what took nearly 2 years to get here ended in a matter of minutes. Earlier this month, after pleading guilty to murder, evidence tampering, and abuse of a corpse, Sparks stood in jail saying nothing.
You could see those eyes, and I do not personally see any remorse in those eyes. I see that same arrogant swagger that he had throughout the hell he put us through.
He was one of the men seen leaving a bar with Spurlock the night she disappeared. He claimed she came to his house to party, then left on her own. 6 months later, after Sparks' own father noticed a foul odor outside his Garrett County home, police found Spurlock's body buried in the yard. Authorities have never publicly released how she died, but today, after the sentencing, family met privately with prosecutors to ask those tough questions.
Some things couldn't be answered, and we may never know unless David Sparks is to tell someone, because what happened in that house that night, I think, is between him and Savannah and God.
Lee Searcy, LEX 18 News.
The reason I play the video, or at least attempt to play the videos, is because I know how my mind works, and I'm sure a lot of other people too like to see these people. And if there's a video, I will always try to oblige and provide that, because it helps me to process things, to see things. But yeah, his eyes look creepy. And he does have sort of an arrogant look about him. This is an image from Twitter. So, hopefully he won't see anywhere outside anytime soon for what he did to Savannah Spurlock. And I'm going to end the video on that note. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.